I've always looked at entertainers as, why is that person where he or she is? What's the talent? That's the main thing. The rest of it is part of life. It's not what got you there. It's not what is the real person.
Imagine a world where every note is a heartbeat, every melody a whispered secret, and every stage a battleground for greatness. In the annals of music history, there emerges a figure whose life reads like a symphony of triumphs and trials. A man whose voice echoed across continents, captivating hearts and souls with its raw power and undeniable magnetism. Today we unravel the enigmatic tale of Tom Jones, a journey that transcends time and space, where the lines between reality and legend blur, and the essence of a true icon comes to life. So fasten your seatbelts and prepare to embark on a roller coaster ride through the captivating saga of Tom Jones, triumphs and trials of life. This is a story you won't want to miss.
If you let things happen, to somebody that you love, and you don't say anything and you don't do anything, and so that song, I thought, if I could do that, and if I could get over that one.
From his humble beginnings to global stardom, we'll uncover the triumphs and trials that have defined his remarkable career. So, grab a seat and let's dive into the captivating story of Tom Jones. Born into a working-class family in Wales, Tom Jones faced the trials of adversity from the start. But armed with raw talent and unwavering determination, he set out to conquer the music world.
I saw the light on the night that I passed.
Join us as we unravel the early chapters of his journey, filled with passion, persistence, and the first taste of triumph. But before going into details, let me remind you to subscribe our channel and smash the bell icon and never miss our latest updates. Thomas John Woodward was born at 57 Kingsland Terrace in Treforest on 7 June 1940, the son of Frida Jones and coal miner Thomas Woodward. He is primarily of English descent. His maternal grandfather was Welsh. His maternal grandmother was born in Wales to English parents from Somerset and Wiltshire. His English paternal grandfather was from Gloucestershire, and his English paternal grandmother was from Wiltshire. He attended Wood Road Infant School, Wood Road Junior School, and Pontypridd Central Secondary Modern School. He began singing at an early age. He would regularly sing at family gatherings, weddings, and in his school choir. He did not like school or sports, but gained confidence through his singing talent.
I've always looked at entertainers as, why is that person where he or she is?
At the age of 12, he was diagnosed with tuberculosis. Many years later, he said, "I spent 2 years in bed recovering. It was the worst time of my life." During this time, he could do little else but listen to music and draw. Jones started singing at an early age. His mother had him performing for shillings at the village store at the tender age of 3, and later, singing American hits like Ghost Riders in the Sky and Mule Train for the local Women's Guild. At home, he would ask his mother to pull the drapes and announce him as he sang on his stage in the living room. Determined not to end up a coal miner like his father, Jones left school at 15 and held a host of laborers' jobs while singing nights in the tough working-class pubs in town. He married Linda Trenchard, when they were both 16 and she was pregnant with their only child, Mark. Jones's voice has been described as a full-throated, robust baritone. According to Jones himself, his young voice was a tenor voice. He said, what you lose on the top end, you gain on the bottom end. I used to be able to hit a top C when I was young, now it's a B flat. He became the front man in 1963 for Tommy Scott and the Senators, a Welsh beat group. They soon gained a local following and reputation in South Wales. In 1964, the group recorded several solo tracks with producer Joe Meek, who took them to various record labels, but they had little success. Later that year, Decca producer Peter Sullivan saw Tommy Scott and the Senators performing in a club and directed them to manager Phil Solomon. But the partnership was short-lived. The group continued playing gigs around South Wales. Gordon Mills met Jones, became his manager, and introduced him to London, where Mills worked in music. Mills renamed him Tom Jones to exploit the popularity of the Academy Award-winning 1963 film. Eventually, Mills got Jones a recording contract with Decca. His first single, Chills and Fever, was released in late 1964. It did not chart, but the follow-up, It's Not Unusual, became an international hit after offshore pirate radio station Radio Caroline promoted it. The following year was the most prominent of Jones's career, making him one of the most popular vocalists of the British invasion.
With Elvis, I think, you know, he saw it in gospel churches where he was from. And he asked me when I met him, excuse me, in 65, you know, he said.
In early 1965, It's Not Unusual reached #1 in the United Kingdom and the top 10 in the United States. During 1965, Mills secured a number of film themes for Jones to record, including the James Bond film Thunderball and What's New Pussycat, written by Burt Bacharach and Hal David. Jones was skeptical about the latter song when first approached about it. He said when it was offered to him, he felt it was sort of a backhanded compliment. I've got to have you, but this is the song. Jones said it took convincing from Bacharach to perform What's New Pussycat. When I first heard it, I thought, Christ, what the bloody hell do they want me to sing this for? But Burt Bacharach explained, I want the big voice to sing this bloody crazy song. And you put it on, it's a classic. Jones was awarded the Grammy Award for Best New Artist in 1966. During a filming break at Paramount Studios, 1965 in Hollywood, Jones met Elvis Presley for the first time. He recalls Presley singing With These Hands as he walked towards him from the film set.
So I got in the shower and I was washing my hair and I hear, oh, and I'm thinking, my God, I'm hearing Elvis Presley in the shower now.
Yeah.
I'm going nuts here. So when I got the soap out of my eyes, he was over the shower door.
The two men became good friends. In 1966, Jones's popularity began to slip somewhat, causing Mills to reshape the singer's image into that of a crooner. Jones also began to sing broader material. Jones soon topped UK charts and reached the top 40 in US charts.
I haven't really, crossed over completely, because on stage I do everything. You know, I do some rock and roll and rhythm and blues, all kinds of stuff.
Sweat from the elbows?
And everything like that. But when you go in the studio, you know, when you record, you have to take some direction. You have to know what kind of record you're going to make. You can't make a mishmash of different songs for an album.
Right.
Over the next few years, he scored a string of hits on both sides of the Atlantic, including I'll Never Fall in Love Again, I'm Coming Home, and Delilah, each of which reached #2 in the UK chart. In 1967, Jones performed in Las Vegas for the first time at the Flamingo. His performances and style of dress became part of his stage act and increasingly featured his open, half-unbuttoned shirts and tight trousers. He soon chose to record less and focus on club performances. Jones played in Las Vegas at least 1 week each year until 2011. Jones had an internationally successful television variety show titled This is Tom Jones from 1969 to 1971. The associated television show was worth a reported $9 million, equivalent to about $65 million in 2022, over the 3 years. It was broadcast by ITV in the UK and by the American Broadcasting Company in the US. CF International. As of December 2004, CF International was a secured judgment creditor of Classic World Productions and its principal, Daryl Payne, for approximately $1 million, equivalent to about $1.5 million in 2022, and was the principal secured creditor at the time of the subsequent bankruptcy filing by the company. CF International's action against Classic World Productions and owner Daryl Payne was based on unpaid royalty payments from This Is Tom Jones and related recordings. This Is Tom Jones is sold on DVD by Time Life rather than by Classic World Productions or CF International. In the 1970s, Jones toured with the female singing groups Quiet Elegance and the Blossoms as his backing groups. He had a number of hit singles, including She's a Lady, Till, and The Young New Mexican Puppeteer. but in the mid-1970s his popularity declined. He did, however, have a big hit in 1976 with Say You'll Stay Until Tomorrow, which went to #1 on the US country chart.
Well, it was in '65, the first year that I was in the business, and the TV had gone to color when I was doing it.
Number 15 on the Billboard Hot 100 and number 40 on the UK singles chart. In 1976, Jones was set to make his film debut in the film Jackerwald, in which he was to play a CIA assassin. The film was shelved after the production ran out of money 3 weeks into filming. In 1979, Jones made his acting debut in Pleasure Cove, an ABC television film which was a pilot for a potential television series but was not picked up. In the film, he played a suave con man named Raymond Gordon, staying at the Holiday Island resort of the title.
When I feel so broke up, I wanna go home.
His co-stars in the film included Constance Forsland, Tanya Roberts, and David Hasselhoff. In 1984, he guest-starred in an episode of the television series Fantasy Island as an accountant who fantasizes about living life as Dick Turpin. Jones received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame in 1989. Located at 6608 Hollywood Boulevard, Los Angeles, California, in front of Fredericks of Hollywood, he collaborated with Van Morrison on his album Carrying a Torch, released in 1991 on Dover Records, featuring Jones's cover of Morrison's title track. Partly recorded at Townhouse Studios in London, Morrison wrote and produced 4 songs for the album. In 1996, Jones appeared as himself in Tim Burton's ensemble science fiction comedy film Mars Attacks. A scene in the film features him performing on stage when aliens attack, and he manages to escape with a gun. In 1999, Jones released the album Reload, a collection of cover duets with artists such as The Cardigans, Natalie Imbruglia, Saris Matthews, Van Morrison, Moose T, Portishead, Stereophonics, and Robbie Williams. The album went to #1 in the UK and sold over 4 million copies worldwide. 5 singles from Reload charted in the UK Top 40. The single Sex Bomb was released in early 2000 and became the album's biggest single, reaching #3 on the UK singles chart. US President Bill Clinton invited Jones to perform on New Year's Eve at the 2000 Millennium Celebrations in Washington, D.C.
With my wife dying, I thought my world was over, and that's a fact, because she was always there. Even if I was on the road and she was, back home in England when we lived here and then in the States, you know what I mean? She was always on the end of the phone.
In 2000, Jones garnered a number of honors for his work, including a Brit Award for Best British Male. He was also hired as the new voice of Australia's National Rugby League, singing in an advertisement to market the 2000 season. In 2008, he released 24 Hours on S-Curve Records, his first album of new material to be issued in the United States for over 15 years. Jones, who was still performing over 200 dates a year, as he approached his 70th birthday, set out on a world tour to promote the album. "The fire is still in me. Not to be an oldie, but a goodie. I want to be a contender," Jones said. In May 2012, Jones released the album Spirit in the Room on Island Records' Universal Music. The track listing included covers of songs by Paul McCartney, Paul Simon, Leonard Cohen, and Richard and Linda Thompson, Blind Willie Johnson, Tom Waits, and the Low Anthem. His successes and great achievements continue. On 3rd September 2022, Jones performed I Won't Crumble With You If You Fall, taken from his Surrounded by Time album, on The Voice UK. After the performance, Jones explained the meaning behind the song. "My wife, she was dying of lung cancer. I was always able to fix stuff. I was always able to do things. If she needed me for anything, I was always there. But she said, 'You can't crumble with me. Don't fall with me now. You've done everything you can. You must carry on and do what you do.' When I heard it, I thought, my God, it's like this was written for this situation. It's a lovely song."
That was
Within 24 hours, the song had peaked on the UK iTunes chart at #1. I Won't Crumble With You If You Fall debuted at #3 on the UK official singles downloads chart on 9th of September 2022. It has been a long road to respectability for Jones, and it's his own fault the road has been so arduous, as he admits. "Once you go into Las Vegas, you become 2 shows a night was ruining my voice. I had to have an operation to take nodules off, so I was in a wasteland throughout the 70s. He doesn't make any effort to disagree with my assessment of most of his albums from that era, as one good song and a lot of fillers. Then, in the 80s, he signed to Polygram, which had him record 5 country albums that weren't released outside the US. I saw Little Richard on a March of Dimes TV show in LA, and he said, "What are you recording, Tom?" And I said, "They've got me doing country." At this point, Jones goes into a note-perfect impression of Little Richard. "Oh my soul," he said, "they've locked Tom Jones up." He was shouting at everyone in the studio, "They locked him up." And I said, "Yeah, they have, but I'm getting out of it." So I didn't do the 6th album in 1986. What changed for Jones was the death of his manager, Gordon Mills, in 1986. With Gordon Mills dying, you see, I think he had come to the end of his ideas, Jones says. Mills was succeeded by Jones's son, Mark Woodward, and his career was instantly transformed. Truth be told, there was always a need for Gordon and Tom to feed the machine of their lifestyles. Woodward says of his father's showbiz years, a little ruefully, "Jones will carry on singing as long as his voice holds out. Mortality is on his mind, but he's keeping it at bay."
Well, my voice has matured over the years, but it hasn't lost anything. You know, because sometimes singers get older and their vibrato slows down.
Right.
But thank God mine hasn't. Ooh. And so I still have the voice there.
To be honest with you, I was thinking last night, things are going very well now. And I get a bit nervous when things are looking up. Everything is really good. My wife passed away in 2016, God bless her. But I'm basically doing what she told me to do, to carry on and get back to reality. I was in America for 41 years. It was fine. It was great while I was there. Wonderful, sunshine, lovely. But let's get back to reality, and that's what I'm doing. But as the spotlight shone brighter, so did the trials. Tom Jones faced his fair share of obstacles, both in his professional and personal life.
You really kind of wanted to be a white Wilson Pickett.
Yeah, and I met Otis Redding, and he said to me, "Man, you know," he said, "we all try to do what you do," meaning the soul singers.
Yeah.
I said, "Well, I'm trying to do what you
do.
What you do."
Yet true greatness lies not in avoiding challenges, but in overcoming them. Through sheer determination and an unwavering commitment to his craft, he reclaimed his rightful place in the spotlight, proving that the human spirit is indeed indomitable. As we draw the curtains on this captivating tale, we celebrate the enduring legacy of Tom Jones. His music continues to inspire and uplift generations, transcending boundaries and uniting people from all walks of life. From triumphs to trials, his story serves as a testament to the power of perseverance, passion, and the unwavering pursuit of one's dreams. Thank you for joining us on this incredible odyssey through the life of Tom Jones. His triumphs and trials have left an indelible mark on the tapestry of music history, reminding us all that with perseverance and courage, anything is possible. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe for more captivating content, and share your favorite Tom Jones moments in the comments below. Until next time, keep chasing your dreams